let's head right on into Shatter. Should be entertaining.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the winners bracket of Group 5 here. BN defeating, BN defeating TK Sky to get here.
Yes.
GLHF defeating Tretta to get here. The winner of this match will guarantee their spot in day 3 of the event. But for now, they've got to earn it. Let's have a look at the lineup. Zath, talk to me about Buenos Noches in the North Spawn.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that because I was heading that way. So, Buenos Noches is bringing Kremlin, Ohio for their battleships. No surprise there. Des Moines, Moskva, another Des Moines, and a Minotaur. And this Raptor is a Manitar. They've got a Gearing, a Harugamo, and a Ragnar to finish them off destroyer-wise.
Opposing them from the south, GLHF fresh off their victory over Tretta. Looking over their lineup, we see Ohio Conqueror, Venezia Napoli, and Zath, just kind of like we were theory crafting, double Moskva and Stalingrad, fronted by Gearing and Daring. So a whole lot of potential stationary Soviet cruiser on this lineup. And so now seeing the lineup, the Howlin' Liu band starts to make perhaps a little more sense.
Absolutely, yes.
A lot of backfield shuffling going on here for GLHF. Feels like their ships didn't spawn where they wanted them to. The Ohio is going to head over to the western edge, while Wadel's Conqueror coming east. Oasis is Stalingrad, and Guayhir's Venezia also swapping sides.
Yeah, there's a bit of a traffic jam on the H line, H56.
Just a bit.
Look at the mini-map. This is great.
Yeah.
They'll sort it out. As a matter of fact, looks like the Conqueror and Stalingrad are going to slap each other on the butt on the way through. Go get him! Smack!
Now, I think it's interesting from GLHF, you're seeing basically a 5-4 split. Ohio, Stalin, Moskva, Daring, Napoli all headed to A. Venezia, Gearing, Moskva, and Conqueror all headed towards C. For the moment, they are sending no ships anywhere remotely close to B. The Buenos Noches side may be that Des Moines. Which Des Moines is that, Zath?
That's Cap Chivas. Now, they're kind of... Buenos Noches looks like they're going for some kind of similar to the last game we saw, right? They're going for kind of like board control, putting their pieces about with one grid square in between each other. As a matter of fact, look at Chris's very aggressive position in the Minotaur, basically setting up to radar both A and B from that position north of that big island. Very
really
smart.
Like this play, Zath. Really like this play. He is a Manitar, of course. You see there the radar equipped.
Yep.
And with his bow turrets looking over towards the sea cap, he'll have the ability to potentially drop shells on anybody over there. In fact, he's already engaging Disnak's Moskva.
That's right.
Kind of telegraphing his location there. Not that it's going to do GLHF any good until they can get eyes on him.
Yeah. But it does force this, as you can see, he's already starting to turn. It actually kind of might have alerted him to look that direction, and you saw the Ohio salvo coming in. So it might have actually worked against Buenos Noches in a sense. But this does pull into that island, and what it does is it prevents him from going as far north as he wanted to. That radar's farther back as a result. So not a bad opening play for Buenos Noches.
BN shoving Soviet Elmo's Moskva right at the top of the sea cap, completely uncontested.
Yep.
He took some damage on that turn. I wonder what slapped him. I'm betting the Conqueror got him to burn for a little bit.
Soviet Elmo was shot actually at the very beginning. He was spotted very early, and at least 2 people were shooting him. And you're right. I do think he came under fire and let it burn a little bit.
Conqueror AP salvo there coming down on Rainmaker. Nothing doing.
No. Over at A,
Jason's
Magic... Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. Zation's got his Des Moines radar up as he hides under the gearing smoke on the northwestern edge of the A cap, driving Magic off of the A cap completely.
That's right. And even Cap Chivas is getting in on this with the Des Moines a little bit from his position. He's actually capping B now, and nobody can see him.
Yep, that's what I was... When I saw Chivas on the 6 line, I thought they're going to bump him up into that little island spot where we've seen several other people try to cap previously. We saw Cherie try to do this from the south side of the cap, I believe with a Minotaur at some point. Maybe
Now,
it was someone else.
Dazak does pop the radar. Shivas is detected. GLHF cannot respond quickly enough to prevent the cap at B, and now Diz is finally getting some payback in on the Chris's Minotaur after being farmed for so long. Tasting the rainbow.
Tasting all the rainbow there, but with 5 minutes gone, it's BN leading here with 2 quick early caps. About a 75-point lead here as they sit on B and A B and C simultaneously.
Yep. Now I'm waiting to see if a push develops over at C cap on the 9-10 line. You can kind of see the Ragnar and Haragumo forming up, and they might decide to go destroyer hunting.
They have a target. They may or may not know it. It's a question.
Oh, they know it. I'm sure they know it.
Somebody probably has RPF over there. There's the Ragnar radar going up. Nab's got demonic lit on the surface.
Yep. And Haragumo immediately smokes.
Yep. Augur had been smoking already. He was setting up to farm the Conqueror. Now he's turning his guns to demonic.
That's right. Demonic is now sliding along the border for a bit, trying desperately not to take too much damage from this oopsie. And he gets out of detection.
Nab taking some SAP there from Guayhurst Venezia.
Yep.
As Augur turns his guns back to starboard and begins farming Wadel's Conqueror. Looks like they've lost sight of the Conqueror.
So, a big funny story, Raptor. Diz just won a giveaway on my channel. He's playing the damn game. I think he's busy.
Playing the damn game and entering your giveaways. Apparently not busy enough. Now, look at what's happening over at Azath. Look at where Magic is with his 3-kilometer hydro. And Chris's Minotaur counter-spotting each other here through the island on the hydro. But it's not enough. It's not enough to prevent Magic from capping.
I'm surprised.
Surprising.
Yeah. So that was just I don't think anybody was expecting him there. It took a little bit too long to get the turrets rotated to get those shots.
Must not be. Very cheeky cap there from Magic as Aguero's Ohio takes a good salvo there. Probably from the Kremlin. Who is that Rainmaker's Kremlin now? Looking through that cap at B.
Yep.
GLHF answering with the A cap, but still trailing over 200 points here. 7 minutes gone here in game 1 of this best of 3.
That's right. Now, Soviet Elmo is poking his nose out a little bit to continue trying to farm the Conqueror. I mean, you're not going to win in a farming fight against the Conqueror, but...
No, not an HE farming fight. He will absolutely outlive you forever.
No. I kind of feel like the Ragnar Haragumo combo had a really good chance there to take out the Gearing, but they just weren't set up ready for it at that particular moment.
Well, and in fairness, Demonic played it very well, too, because he was already close to the map border. He was able to turn away, use the border a bit, maybe dodge a few extra shots that he otherwise wouldn't have, and just prevent his opponents from having great maneuvering options to trap him. Minotaur radar going up over at A. That's Chris ducking around the island just in time to catch a little bit of Magic.
Yeah, look at Taxi Driver and the Napoli going up the 1 line here. Very, very ballsy.
I think they're trying to get shots on Chris. I think they realize that one ship is really holding them out of so much. As now Chris turns his guns to Guayhurst Venezia.
Yep. Now, Taxi Driver tries to make Inky and go dark, but he can't because he's shot from the smoke. And remember, smoke fire penalty is quite large on the Napoli.
It is. I think it's about, what, 8 or 9 kilometers? Because his base detection is 10-something. Taxi's dodging one salvo of these torpedoes, but he's going to turn right into the next one. No, he spots them early enough. He's only going to take the one on the bow.
Yep, but he's got to watch out for that Ohio. He can't give broadside to the Ohio. That's going to force him to give broadside to the Des Moines.
As well as the Des Moines is also going to be able to punish him for this position.
Yeah, there's a chunking right there.
He's trying to duck into this island. He's got a little bit of island cover if he can survive to get to it. It's a question of how quickly the Ohio guns will reload if he can get in there. The secondaries have got him lit. I think they're going to be able to get this kill on Taxi. Yeah, he's on 2 fires now.
DCP's
the Minotaur
available.
shells are coming in.
DCP, there it is.
He does DCP. Is he dark?
He's dark. He's
They
dark.
can't spot him right now.
But
He
Chris-
managed to survive. But
Chris is just
fishing.
He's needling right now.
He's going to get him.
Oh!
He's going to get him. He only needs one shell to connect.
There it is.
There it is.
Wow.
Up a cap, up a ship. Everything coming up Buenos Noches. Over a 300-point lead here as we approach the halfway mark of the game.
Yeah, that was a very interesting push there.
Magic's daring. Hydro up, pushing Chris's Minotaur again. Chris is lit through the island, but nobody really able to take advantage of that shot. Disnak's Moskva looking for those.
Aguero is turning his turrets. Nope.
Now, he'll never have a shot. There's too many islands in the way.
Well, he's got to move forward and basically allow himself to get farmed by the Des Moines and Kremlin in order to get the shot on the Minotaur, which honestly isn't a bad idea right about now, I got to say, because, I mean, they need to do something.
Indeed.
Magic Venus is now coming under fire from two enemies, Jaime Mendoza and the Des Moines.
I think he's lit by the Minnows Hydro. He is. They have plain sight of him, and Jaime's smoking up Jason's Des Moines as he continues to farm the daring, driving Magic off the cap. But hilariously, Aguero does manage to bag B. That'll stem the bleeding a little bit for GLHF, but they are definitely in trouble.
War just got smacked from the Ohio. A little too far up there in that Moskva. And now Rainmaker's coming in. Big hit there from Rainmaker. So War 44 is in trouble.
This Kremlin position pushed up from the Buenos Noches battleships continues to be big.
Look at Chris's AP shells from the Minotaur. He's hitting the Venezia from 14 kilometers away.
Absolutely. Look, if you know where to aim, it's just a matter of just put the cursor and hold left mouse button, man.
Right?
It's just like driving in Atlanta.
Crazy. Oasis Green now is the farming target over at A. This entire flank is collapsing, Raptor.
Well, the A flank, I mean, with the loss of the Napoli, there's a significant health advantage over here for BN. Their Ohio can basically do whatever the hell he wants, which is more or less what Tattoo's doing now.
I'm really surprised that Venus didn't smoke Oasis right there. He had it available. He just sailed right past him and said, "Sucks to be you. See you later." I mean, Rainmaker Oasis whacking him.
Oasis under secondary fire and Des Moines AP, so he's left with nothing but really bad options to try and salvage as much of his health as he can.
Yeah.
This is absolutely the right play for BN, though. They own this flank now in terms of health and board position.
That's right. But a smoke there would have at least given Oasis the chance to go dark for a little bit, possibly dodge some incoming hate, and here comes some more, and that takes him out, Rainmaker.
Yep.
Oh, that didn't need to happen.
Again, that forward Kremlin position paying off big for Buenos Noches, just like we saw last game against TK Sky.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, Tattoo's going to take some torpedoes here, probably maybe just one. It's going to depend on how he maneuvers. Looks like he's going to take one on the belt. Oh, yeah. Oh, he almost snuck through there, but not quite.
Yeah. He'll be okay, though. He can keep pushing. Meanwhile,
his salvo's going out on Aguero's Ohio. And he connects for a little bit there.
Yeah, it still feels like they got to do something to get Chris off the board. Otherwise, they've wasted their time.
They pretty much can't in this position because, like, if it starts to become a real problem, he's got this little island gap that he can just duck right into.
Meanwhile,
feels like they're trying to push the Kremlin, and they're just not going to get anything out of it.
Yep. All right, there goes Diz.
Diz goes down in the Moskva. 3-ship lead, cap lead for BN. Time ticking away. 90 seconds for GLHF to make a play.
The Conqueror continues to be farmed by the Hargamo.
I was going to say, Waddell's about to go down. There he goes. That cuts the timer to under a minute. BN looking really solid here on Shatter, Zath. I don't think GLHF can do anything but maybe prolong the game.
No, remember, this is a best of 3.
Aguero just getting punched right in the face there as he turns to fire at Chris, and he doesn't get nearly as much damage on Chris as he wants. He goes down, and that's the game.
That is the game. A convincing win in that particular battle there by Buenos Noches.
Very convincing. BN with a flawless victory here, not even losing a ship. And I honestly I'd have to go back and look at the health totals, Zath, but I'm not even sure they had any ships that were under like real threat. If I'm honest.
Yeah, I don't remember myself either.
Doesn't feel like. I mean, I don't remember looking at a ship and thinking, oh, they better do something to save that guy. So
yeah, exactly. Oh, you're talking about your mod?
We are, yeah. Okay. We are dropping right into game 2, like already.
Right. While you're doing that, I'm letting UCC know that this game just started, and there's always the possibility of going 2-0 as a result.
Indeed. All right, so let's have a peek here over the Buenos Noches lineup spawning here on the northwestern side of Crash Zone Alpha. I suppose I should actually put up the game. I'm about to start calling the game without changing the scene. There we go. All right, let's do this. Buenos Noches. I know, radio-free warships. Buenos Noches fielding Ohio, Schlieffen, Des Moines, Salem, Napoli, Stalingrad, Gearing, Daring, and Marceau. Nice variety of ships there. Zath, talk to me about GLHF.
And if you look at it, Don Pato hitting that I am speed button immediately, trying to spood beast into BCAP early. Now GLHF, which my chat just says standing for Good Lord Holy F, is running Ohio Conqueror, Goliath, Des Moines, Stalingrad, Napoli, Gearing, and then double Daring. Interesting pick with the Goliath. Obviously, that's a good sit back and farm kind of ship. And he's heading south, which might make you think that the bulk of their push will go to
He's going to be up at sea. Yeah, it does feel that way. Just looking at the early deployments as Don Pato speeds that Marceau. I am speed, Zath, right into the B cap. Looks like he's going to drift out of it.
Uh-oh.
He does. Little bit of operator error there. He's going to lose about 15, 20 seconds there.
Yes.
Magic is going to try and get in there to oppose him, but it's going to be tough. Go ahead.
Pro tip for next time, just hit the island and
just
beach.
Hit the island.
It's
right.
Okay.
Just beach yourself. It's fine. It's cool. You've got plenty of time.
Yep.
No radar can stop him. No one will be able to spot him in time. And
well,
I don't even think that Magic is going to be able to get onto this cap in time to prevent.
No, and I'm sure when Buenos Noches saw the lineup, that's exactly what they said. Go get B.
Yep. It's not changing anything Magic is doing. He's getting reversed stern in so that once B flips, B in will capture a few points off of it, and then Magic will come in and stop it and flip it back the other way, more than likely.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge rumble up at Zath. Both teams sending 5 ships to that flank. Buenos Noches sending Ohio, Daring, Salem down south to face off against Conqueror, Gearing, and Goliath. I mean, you can just look at that lineup, and GLHF is clearly stating their intention to just melt things with fire.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And then GLHF, of course, they're continuing up with their push. They're putting War, their Stalingrad, kind of where you'd expect. And then, of course, we've got our Ohio kind of sitting still. I'm surprised he's stopping there. I thought he would have kept going to go a little bit deeper to, project that power a little bit more. Taxi driving the Napoli and the Des Moines doing exactly what you normally see here as Captain Shivas and their Napoli is doing the same thing.
Playing for the corner. This
That's
top
right.
corner of the map, the AB 8, 9, 10 area is going to be, it's quiet now, but it's not going to be for long. We're going to see some pretty big battles up there at some point.
Yep. And while we have a moment, I had a request by chat to explain Dutch oven. That's what I like to call the Dutch airstrike, because if you imagine somebody just smacking someone on the head with a Dutch oven, that probably hurts a bit, just like the airstrike hurts you when you get smacked over the head.
It's a reasonable analogy, in my opinion. Now, what's interesting about the BN push up to the top of the map is that they're playing the extreme map borders, trying to go as long as they can without being spotted. It means they're going to surrender the C cap completely, as the B cap is on the verge of being contested. There it is. Magic ducking into B as Demonic Grits now into A. And so for the moment, Buenos Noches' points stop at 368 as GLHF starts to close the gap a bit.
That's right. That's right. But, I mean, if you look at what BN is doing up to the north, they're putting all their eggs into that one basket to get through. Jezeroth and the Stalingrad popping that radar, hoping to catch the Daring. Daring is just a little bit too far away.
They do show him, and now the Marceau opening fire, trying to drive him off the cap. Don Pato.
That's right. There's 2
Get some
darings.
resets.
I was looking at the other one.
That's correct. Yep, you're good. Pato using that radar to push Magic off the cap.
Mm-hmm.
As GLHF picks up A and C.
And
Shivas now spotted, trying to work into position up here at the top end of the map.
yeah, look at the north. Oh, Shivas.
Massive hit onto Shivas. Stalingrad's reaching out and saying hello. His radar is up. They can see Oasis.
That's right, they can. And they could also see Taxi Driver, who was getting shot at just a little bit. But, of course, the big story here is Shivas being told no. And he's forced to stop his push.
Forced to duck into behind that island and try to lick his wounds as best he
can. Oh, look at this. Look at Jaime Mendoza smoking in Rainmaker Schlieffen with those secondaries.
Oh, the
on
secondaries, the Schlieffen smoke. Now, I've seen teams do this in pub matches, but we have not seen this done a whole lot in competitive.
Dude, I saw Maradraco do this. He submitted a replay, and I covered it in one of my replay
check it
theaters.
out, because now Rainmaker is about to have Taxi Driver at his mercy. His secondaries go out on Gwei here, but I can almost guarantee you they're going to change over in a minute.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't change over, frankly, earlier. Like, he could be doing it right now, but he's still focusing on that Des Moines.
He is indeed a very bold, aggressive play here from Buenos Noches at the top of the map. Rainmaker's got his hydro up, so Taxi's torpedoes will be well spotted as main battery shells from the Schlieffen go in. Not much there.
All right, he has now switched his secondary target to Taxi Driver. Here comes some hits from the Stalingrad, yeah.
Rainmaker getting hammered by the Stalin AP. They can see the torpedoes coming in now. Taxi Driver turning, trying to get his bow onto these guys. Smokes.
Look at that.
Oh, look at this. They're handing the smoke off from Jaime's gearing to Auger's Napoli. Schlieffen is going to take one of these torpedoes.
Nope.
Right under the screws. Right under the screws. They do bag Taxi Driver. That's a huge kill. Taxi was pinned in by both the Des Moines, the Napoli, the Schlieffen. Nowhere to go.
Yeah.
An early kill there for BN as they are now contesting.
Look at the torch from Oasis, though. He's gonna hit his teammate. Oh, the humanity.
Oh, feels bad. So many of those torpedoes wasted against the dead hull of the Napoli there. Such a well-coordinated push here from these guys.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in order to do this, Buenos Noches has essentially seeded the board. They don't have any cap, although they are competing at A right now.
They don't for the moment, but once they get Guayher's Des Moines off the board, and I can't imagine that's not something that's something that's going to happen in relatively short order. They're going to have a really solid foothold at C and be able to do some other nasty things. The Schlieffen secondary is continuing to just melt Guayher's Des Moines. Oasis now coming back with smoke for his teammate.
Oh, here comes some shots from
side.
side.
At a better time.
Jezeroth tried to hit with the Stalingrad, didn't quite make it into Guayher's Des Moines. But Guayher, if you look at this, he is still spotted because he's continuing to reverse. Or no, because he's shooting.
Well, yep, he's shooting now, so they should be able to see him through the smoke. Let's have a peek. They can.
Yeah, they can.
Guayher now continuing to burn. His radar's up. There he goes. Being now up 2 ships as their push along the top end of the map bears fruit.
That's right. That's right. So let's take a look at the south real quick. Diz, I mean, doing what you do in the Goliath, take a lot of hits, but not care about it, really.
Pretty much.
Same thing for the Conch
Trading
down
well
there.
with the Salem.
I mean, both ships have a super heal, so both really don't care about HE spam.
Magic's daring retreating off of B. That's going to allow Don Pato to sneak in there and steal that cap, as GLHF is going to have to seriously redeploy and reconsider their deployment up north.
Well,
Augers Napoli took another good hit there, but he's healing now.
I think that's why Bemis is being brought south. They realize the push is going to have to be
that flank.
Exactly, and suddenly the kite away flank is now going to have to somehow become the push flank. And the tough part is both of those ships are in kite away positioning down to the south.
Rainmaker's Hydro still up, picking up these daring torpedoes coming in from Oasis. He's still he's going to take one of these, it looks like, unless he can sneak it under the screws again. Nope.
No.
Right on the belt. DCP's that very quickly.
It's all right. Remember, when you get the torpedo on the belt, there's a torpedo damage reduction as well, because it does hit the torpedo bulge. So
Buenos Noches taking their first lead of the game here, 28 points in climbing on the strength of their early kill and their newfound cap control at B and C.
Yeah. They are managing to kind of just steamroll through C.
Now, Tattoo is in trouble here. He just took a bow torpedo from the gearing, and he's got daring torpedoes coming into port that he probably suspects now that he sees the daring smoke and everything, but he's going to take quite a chunk of damage here with more Conqueror shells and everything continuing to fall on
And
him.
2 more torpedoes. Ouch.
And another rack of gearing torpedoes in his face. He's going to take one more on the bow.
Yeah, DCP is still down.
They're going to bag him.
DCP is still down for 20 more seconds.
Burning, flooding, heal is timing out. They're going to kill him.
Well, that's what GLHF needs in order to get back in this game.
Well played. GLHF executing a nearly full health battleship here at A. That does flip the lead back to them very briefly as the match is now, the game is now half over.
And that's the power of that rotation, taking Magic Venus back to the south there to deal with A. That's what forced that play to happen.
We see Bean taking a bit of a breather here. Augur licking his wounds, as well as Rainmaker, the A push kind of just pausing for the moment.
That's right.
Now, Jason is pushing up right through the middle of the board. He's kind of chilling out here in the middle of the B cap. I think
pincer movement.
He's expecting the Stalin to have to move south, but he's got an Ohio in his face. So I'm not sure that's a comfortable place to be because those Ohio secondaries will be on him soon enough.
Yep.
And he melts and burns much worse than most other cruisers.
Diz, meanwhile, going down to the Salem, ends up losing that fight down to the south. That's going to hurt GLHF's push attempt.
That does hurt. That does hurt him. I wonder if they got some torpedoes into him from Chris.
It's a possibility because that daring was right down there. Speaking of torpedoes, look at all the torpedoes on Wars Stalingrad. Oh, gearing torpedoes.
Oh, my
plus Schlieffen.
Gracious.
Gone. Oasis playing the mini game too.
Another big kill up north as the Stalingrad goes down. That's War 44.
Yeah. Will these torpedoes have range to hit Aguero's Ohio?
I was just fixing to say, it looks like some of those are going to end up on the Ohio. They are. Zath, he's going to take at least 2 of them. If not 3, just 2.
Oh, and Stalingrad salvo in the side dish too.
What a beautiful torpedo salvo from Jaime's gearing.
And I think the Schlieffen as well. Rainmaker Schlieffen.
Could be. Wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. Because they're, what, 16 kilometer, aren't they? No, 13 and a half.
13 and a half, I believe, yeah. Jason now coming under fire from Magic's daring, who has come back to the middle with a torpedo salvo, trying to take him off the board. That's a really good-looking torpedo salvo. It's going to depend on how Jason maneuvers here.
Yeah, is he going to hit the island? Looks like he's got enough room to continue backing up.
I think he's okay. I still think he's going to take one of these in the bow by the time they catch him. His DCP is ready and available.
He's now being shot at by both darings, actually. He's going to dodge. He'll only take one.
He's going to take one. Yep, he's going to take one in the bow. Still going to hurt, though. Don Patos Marceau rotating in now. They may yet bag Jason. That would be a huge kill for GLHF.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to happen because he's on fire again.
Yep. Well, and Venus keeps on hitting him from the side. There he goes.
Again, GLHF with the torpedo. Torpedo execution. That keeps them in the game. They're still down a little less than 200 points with 7 minutes to play. Chris is daring onto A in a very bold play here. Like, well, you guys can't defend it, so to heck with you. I'm going to come take it. Destroyer duel at B.
Yep.
Oh, Pato might have bitten off a little more than he can chew here between the daring Hydro and all of Magic's teammates.
That's right. Pato trying to go dark, realizing the trouble he's in. Hilariously,
he's on fire now. They do get a fire.
Yeah. But he's not taking as much damage as I thought he would as quickly.
That's it. There it is. Wow.
Not much active dodging there. I'm surprised. He just kept going straight.
GLHF picking up kills, but they are completely pushed off of all the caps for the moment.
Oasis barely dodges another torpedo.
I was going to say Oasis with a narrow dodge there as Magic's going to get back into B. He's been dancing in and around this B cap all game. He's finally going to get it to stick, but I'm sure that the Des Moines astern of him, that's Cap Shivas, is going to try and get in there and push him. Still a 200-point lead for BN. but 2 caps contested now. This game is not over yet. GLHF has fought their way back in. Their battleship's still in the game, but all of their cruisers out completely.
That's right. Oasis coming under fire, having to back up. They're rotating the Conqueror back to the north again. And just like that, 2 of the caps are at least being stalled at this moment. And Nab, quite low in the Salem, is forced to back off. He can't really do much. He's got his T-Rex radar going.
Yeah, well, and he's getting down to where his fancy heal is not going to save him forever.
No, as you can
his
see.
Potential health bar doesn't go very far, so...
Yeah, it's only about 2 grand. Maybe a little bit less.
He's just trying to get whatever damage he can off of Waddell, but I think that Nab at this point, Ian should probably just consider that a dead ship. They're going to have to go fish him out if they want him, but I don't think they can save him. Chris is daring, now hunting Magic's daring along the western edge of the B-cap, coming up fast from astern. As I think they're going to send Magic to sea, Zath.
Well, he might as well, figuring that Buenos Noches has all but vacated that cap.
Jaime Mendoza's gearing now headed to B.
Oh, Edgar's Napoli's going to take a torpedo too on the bow. That hurts. That feels bad.
That hurts a lot. He's got a heal active now. That is his last heal of the game. They catch eyes on Oasis. This
goes down.
Get him. The secondaries. That's a big kill.
The enemy is about to win.
That pushes Bien within seconds of a win here. 90 seconds on the timer. As long as they step into B.
Oh, but look at Shivas. Look at Cap Shivas. He sensed it.
But his radar is down.
40 seconds.
Radar's offline for 35 seconds.
But Venus is like, here, I'll just shoot you anyway.
Why would you do this?
Why you do this? Why you do this?
Oh, is he lit on the surface?
No.
Maybe he's like...
No, he just opened up because he thought he could. I don't know. I got nothing.
Thought he could get the kill, I guess. I don't understand this play.
Desperation hero. Maybe he just wants us to hear his guns because, you know...
I don't know, but he's going to cost him his ship. That's the game. Buenos Noches with a sweep. A very hard-fought game here on CZA, but be in with the win.
I got us a game 3, by the way.
All right, well, let's finish recording this one. Show our fancy winner screen like we like to do around here, because, I mean, they give it to us, so might as well show it, right? Buenos Noches with the win. They have secured their spot in day 3 now. GLHF will return back to, well, I say return, but they will be headed down to the losers bracket where they will have a chance to redeem themselves and pick up their second win. We may still see them in day 3.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, the game that